My name is Kenny Johnson, and I've been making short documentaries on the world of independent professional wrestling for several years.
The greatest thing about indie wrestling is that,
it's been my goal to show a unique side to this craft and tell the stories of the women and men behind these larger-than-life characters.
Didn't you just say my name? You literally said, "Here with MJF." So I'm now going to have to repeat what you just said? That's great. That's cute.
Recently, I was working on a project profiling various talents on the independent level, and I had the unfortunate privilege of interviewing one of its youngest prospects.
My name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. What does independent wrestling mean to me? Nothing?
I am like nothing you losers have ever seen before. Better than you!
What I care about is making sure that when everybody goes home, they understand one thing. It's that I'm better than you, and you know it. How's that, Kev?
Kenny, but...
Shut up.
Was that the real person? Or just a larger-than-life character? Did he really think he was actually better than everyone else? Or was he trying to hide something?
because all these people are disgusting. I never want to come here.
I looked at a couple other interviews Max gave, and they all seemed to be the same.
The fact that a woman is hosting a show, that's what it is.
But I knew this just had to be a character.
I will sue you.
I wanted to get to know the real person behind Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
What are you doing? Ow! God! Get out!
Is it on? This is my room. It's a little messy right now because, you know, I don't have a house cleaner. Here's The Rock. He's awesome. Here I keep my trunks. You know, I just stack them. Gotta have a bunch of different colors because you always gotta look fresh, you know? That's why I look up to guys like Ric Flair. He always had this different gear. And that's my board right there. It's actually my goal board. I had finished every goal I already had for part 1, so I had to make a part 2. There's my sister and me, and that's me and my great uncle Moxie. And here's me with one of my faves, CM Punk, as a kid, and that's me with Edge and Randy Orton, because you know I'm a fan, just like you, and that's me with Buff. Buff is the stuff. He let me wear his hat. Pretty big deal. All right. How do I look? Good?
Looks good, yeah.
Okay.
What kind of kid were you like growing up?
I mean, I was, not to my own horn, I would like to think I was the perfect child. Nobody is, but pretty close. I mean, sports took to him fairly fast. I was always, you know, on time for school or for athletic activities. I was never really a problem child. And here's me, pretty young, you know, right there. It's a nice shirt, just chilling on a porch, you know, just regular kid stuff. All the time, I'm like happy-go-lucky, nice Max, everybody loves me, whatever. But like sometimes it's nice to like step out of those shoes and step into like this like, you know, like really like smart and like cool guy that like doesn't care about like what other people think because he's awesome. To me, Kenny, the reason why I brought you here is to make people understand that two different people, man. Like there's the character and then there's just Max, you know? And Max just likes to be like everybody else, you know? I'm just like you, man. I do the stuff. And yeah, for me, like both in and out of character, I just feel like Burberry is kind of the standpoint for excellence. I think everyone can agree that if you're wearing one of these bad boys, you're doing okay for yourself, you know? You're doing okay for yourself.
And you're doing okay for yourself?
I mean, as best as I could do, you know? Just trying to stay humble at all times. That's what I'm all about. Just being humble and rocking the burb. Growing up, it wasn't that easy in the sense that there was economical periods of hardship in the Friedman family, and that's not something I like to open up about because I play this character who has who has all this money and these grand, beautiful things and luxuries, and like I wasn't afforded that as a kid. You know, like there were periods of times where we were living paycheck to paycheck, and then my dad, he started his paleo baked goods company, which luckily for us just exploded and skyrocketed. And now I am fortunate enough to live in this beautiful environment. This is the lounge, you know, just a little chillaxing spot, nice couch. The whole set actually came out pretty cheap. It was around like, I don't know, like 50K, 80K, but you know, like for what it is, it's like, you know, just really immaculate stuff here, I'd say. You know? And this is my foam roller here. Comes in handy. You know, when you're taking as many bumps as I do around the ring, you know, sometimes you just gotta roll stuff out a little bit. You know, this thing, love that. And yeah, flowers. And that is my digs.
Better than you!
It was real easy. I'll just say it. I'll just say it outright. Pro wrestling came really easy to me. Yeah, yeah.
For how long exactly?
Just 2 years. Well, I guess 2.5 now. So it's I guess it's not as impressive as it was, but still pretty impressive. Yeah.
Better than you!
Can you hear it? Yeah. I'll just raise it all the way up. Yeah. I just think everybody should see this match. It's a really good match. I'm sure everyone's seen a Leo Rush entrance. Great guy though. It's tricky. Just gotta get to my part. Still not me. And that's why one of my monikers is the 2-year vet, because I want to be a role model to guys who are like me just starting out in this industry, because I am a role model. There is no one at the age of 21 without television exposure that has rose as quick as I have in professional wrestling. And that's just the facts. And I want to be there for kids like me.
I mean, I could insert clips of it. We don't have to sit here.
No. There's did you see? I wiped my butt with the toilet paper. I threw it into the crowd. Oh, God. That's the kind of improvisational skill that not everybody has, you know what I mean?
And as you just heard him say,
do you watch back a lot of your matches?
All of them.
Championship. A lot of noxious one more time, making it clear that...
So how did Max get into professional wrestling?
So I was very good at football. And that's not me, you know, being arrogant. Like I was really good at it. It was able to bring colleges of very high levels to my doorstep. And in my heart of hearts, I knew what I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to wrestle, but, you know, to appease, you know, the parental units upstairs there, I thought it was the right thing. So I went to an Ivy League school that I legally can't name, and I was there for a full week, for what they like to call Hell Week. I'm assuming you don't know what that's like because you're probably not an athlete, but what Hell Week is they take you in and they essentially give you just all these stressful and athletically bearing tasks, you know.
Good.
Pass down, take the circle.
It wasn't really Hell Week for me, you know. It was average week. It wasn't what some might call hard. And at the end of the thing, you know, the coach had approached me, you know, la-di-da. He told me he wanted me to start as a freshman, big whoop. And I was just like, I didn't feel anything. And I remember going to my room, and my college roommate was waiting for me there, and I was just in a funk, man. And my roommate was like, "What's up, man? What's wrong?" And I just said, like, this isn't for me. I know what I need to do. I need to be a professional wrestler. And my roommate looked at me, and he paused, and he left the room. And that wasn't a good sign for me. It turns out he narked on me, And he had went up to the head coach and told him that I was wanting to leave. And the head coach brought me to his office that day, and he said, look, we've spent way too much time and effort on you to leave. We love you so much. You're amazing. You're quite possibly one of the best athletes we've ever seen come to this school. And I said, I understand, but for me personally, I just feel like I need to leave. And this is when the coach got weird with me. He said, we can't let you do that. And I was like, come on, coach, this is getting a little ridiculous. No, you're too good. We can't let you leave. So one night what I did, at around 3, 4 a.m., I packed up all the essentials, I got in my truck, and since I'm a very godly man, I stopped. I looked up into the high heavens and I said, God, do you want me to become a professional wrestler? And there was pure silence. And out of nowhere, I swear to you, I saw this bright light calling me, and it was near the exit of the campus. And I know this sounds maddening. I know, but I promise you. So I started up my engine, and I just went. And I just went through the middle of the night, and I got home. And when I got home, I woke my parents up, and they were screaming at me, cursing at me, expletives left and right. Max, why would you do this? Why would you leave? And I looked them straight in the face. And I said, because I'm gonna be the greatest wrestler who ever lived. And pretty much that's how I got started in professional wrestling.
Then things started to get weird. And a little too rehearsed when I began shooting some B-roll of him around his house.
Hey, oh my God. I didn't realize you'd be here this early. No, come on in, man. Yeah. Actually, can we try that again?
Try what again?
Can we, just you coming in. It didn't feel right. Also, my dumb dad, he was talking while you were, you coming in the house. Whoa, what's going on, man? It's cold outside. Get in here, dude. It's freezing out there.
I know.
You know what? Nah, that's... Ah, oh my God, man. What's going on? Just coming to my digs. That felt dumb. That felt digs. Who says, back up. We'll try it again.
Okay.
Digs.
We just do, it doesn't really need to even be that much. We can just do it real quick.
So this is something that means a lot to me and my family. It says, home. A gathering place for family to join together in laughter. The one place you will always be surrounded by those who love you. A place or feeling of belonging. Dad? Yeah. Can you just be quiet? We're kind of filming something. Just shut up. Thanks. Okay. Yeah. Can you just turn it off? The camera wasn't on when I was... Hey! What's going on, man? Come on, let's check out the house. Good. Stoked for this interview. That felt good. We'll keep that one. But like, this is the thing. I've watched all of your documentaries. I really have. You know, I saw the stuff that like Tim Donst went through, Leo Rush, David Starr, Joey Janela, and it does. It like pulls at the heartstrings. So, I mean, as you can see, I went through the same stuff. I mean, look at this poverty-stricken family.
And things started to get a little tense between us when I asked certain questions and pointed things out.
Listen to me. You're in my house, right? So just be a little respectful, right? Insultive is a word. There we go. This feels good.
For real.
I know how to spell things. Thank you, though. Thank you for the 2 cents. It's really appreciated.
I could tell it was time to leave.
Do you need me to help you with anything? On your way out?
No.
Okay.
No, I got everything that I need.
Okay, let me just show you to the door. Hey! Be careful out there. There's a lot of ice.
Yeah, thanks.
On my way back to my car, I approached a neighbor that actually lived across the street from Max.
The Friedman family? Have you ever met them before? You know anything about them?
The Friedman family? No, they don't live there. I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of house he has by any chance?
Yeah, something really big. I heard it's like something way down there. It's all the way to the private area. Yeah, it's not like in this neighborhood.
Maybe I was just being paranoid, but something about this whole situation seemed off to me. Was Max hiding something? So 2 days later, after interviewing him, I did a little research on the house that we filmed at. And I found this. Max's house was for sale. Was this even his real house, or just some prop model home he used to convince me and others that he lived some middle-class life?
There was economical periods of hardship.
Did he really understand how much money this really was? Or was this just pocket change to him?
The whole set actually came out pretty cheap. 50K, 80K. I mean, look at this poverty-stricken family.
But everything about this seemed fake. I was left with more questions than answers.
Your dog here.
What? Oh yeah, that's Casey. We're like best buds. I'm his favorite person in the house. Isn't that right, bud? Okay, we're fine. We're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving.
Then I got stuck. I didn't know where to go with this documentary. I continued looking for any bits of information I could find online, but I wasn't finding much.
The crowd would boo. Right. But when I won, the crowd erupted with cheers and they screamed MJF at the top of their lungs. Fire no! What the?
And then I got an interesting phone call. Some unknown number claiming to have some information on Max's past.
How did you get this number?
But this informant didn't want to speak over the phone.
I can meet.
They wanted to meet in person.
Okay.
So,
What's up?
Are you my informant?
I am your informant. What's going on, Kenny?
So, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do with this MJF documentary. His house, it's all fake, it's all set up, but that's all I know.
Listen. All right? I'm gonna give you this tidbit. Don't tell nobody, all right? Don't tell nobody. You have to look into his background, all right? Look into his education. Look into all these stories about him playing, football and all that stuff. Kenny, it's not real. All right? Follow his education. That's the tip. That's the tip off.
All right. What if I need to get a hold of you? What if I need to contact you?
Oh, damn, Kenny. I told you everything you need to know. Damn. All right? I'm gonna put down my email address, okay?
All right.
This can't get back to me. All right? I don't want to be known as like a stooge or something, all right?
Let's see what this email is. Not StokelyHathaway@hotmail.com.
After meeting with my informant, who clearly was not Stokely Hathaway, I went back and reviewed all my footage from Max's house, looking for anything to do with the university he attended. And then I found something interesting.
What's that M right there? Is that the school that you went to?
We're gonna head out now. This has been my room. You're welcome. It's gonna move.
No, why can't you mention the school? You said Ivy League, right?
I don't think we need to go here.
Yale
Like
or Brown or something?
Bud, I told you the story, you know?
Right.
So you're gonna put it into your little camera machine and we'll use it, you know?
I can just go interview some of those people too to kind of back up what you're saying.
Legally, I'm not obligated to tell you the name of the university, okay? So how about we just drop it?
All right.
Thanks.
And thanks to my informant, I was able to find the school that Max attended.
So I went to an Ivy League school that I legally can't name.
My informant led me to a faculty member who did not want to appear on camera at all. They said they knew how to get in touch with one of Max's old football coaches. But of course we couldn't arrange a meeting on campus. At this point I felt like I was going on some wild goose chase. Was I ever going to find any actual answers and information on who Max was?
Hold on. You weren't followed, right?
No, it's good.
Are you positive? This is where I live. Okay, come in quick. Just go straight downstairs. Go. Straight downstairs.
And I was there for a full week, for what they like to call Hell Week.
Max was one of the worst prospects we have ever had come to Hell Week.
It wasn't what some might call hard.
He complained all the time. He just had this idea of himself that he was so great. And he was physically fine, but he just thought he was a star. And he thought he should have everything.
And I was just like, I didn't feel anything.
So Max's roommate came to us.
Turns out he narked on me.
Said Max was crying a lot. He may have been having a kind of nervous breakdown.
And the head coach brought me to his office that day.
We tried to let him down as gently as we could, but we had to let him know that he wasn't going to make the team.
We love you so much. You're amazing.
And when I said those words, cut him, he just went 0 to 100. He was putting stuff down off my walls. He was knocking over bookshelves. I had to call campus security. And by the time they got here, he was just crying. And I just don't know what you do with that.
Now, why don't you want to appear on camera? You've asked to have your face blurred, your voice unrecognizable. Why is that?
Look, I'm going to be honest. Max is really wealthy. I know his family has a powerful legal team, and he goes after people. But I also feel like the truth deserves to be out there, because if you're relying on what Max has said, you're just getting a steaming pile of crap.
If Max went through all this trouble to hide something simple like his background in football, what else was he willing to do to cover up the things that really mattered?
But anyway, yeah, like this right here, we all love each other here. Big happy family.
I kept going back to his family. The day when I interviewed him, there were people in his house. I assumed they were his parents, but I was not allowed to interview them in any way, or even meet them in person. If that was a prop home Max used, who were those people in the house that day? Actors?
Are your folks home now? We can interview them real quick.
No, I don't think that's the best idea. I don't think that's the best idea.
Because that's always a good idea to show kind of the human element.
They're real busy. They're real busy right now. They're doing stuff and things.
He's upstairs watching TV, I thought.
No. Nope.
Where are his real parents?
Call from New Jersey State Prison.
Kenny, hey, this is Max's father, and I don't have a lot of time, but I can't thank you enough for what you're doing. This story needs to get out there. And this documentary that you're doing, it might be the only way. My son Max is a monster. And he was able to abuse the system to get to his inheritance early by calling Child Protective Services on me and his mother. It all started when I wouldn't let him watch WrestleMania 28 after he crashed the family Lamborghini into a Taco Bell. Alright, he kept screaming at us, but I'll miss WrestleMania, and he called Child Protective Services, and he made up this extremely elaborate story about his mother and I hitting him and abusing him nonstop. I mean, just the details that he made up were so disturbing. He's sick. I mean, we've been in and out of prison for years now, just trying to fight this thing in court. I mean, if that's...
What's that? Hey. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah, Kenny, look, I gotta go. He's bribing the guards here. I gotta go. This is, shit, this is not good. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute! Hey, wait a minute! Get off me!
So I'm here for a Beyond show. Max is supposed to be booked. We've exchanged a couple messages back and forth about the documentary. He definitely seems a little bit more on guard. I don't know. I really hope that he doesn't see this as me trying to ambush him here today. That's not my intention at all. I'm just trying to find some answers. I'm trying to find some truth here. I've heard so many things. I'm just trying to figure out who he really is. So, all right, yeah, let's go do this.
No, he's getting rid of it.
think Drew's actually printing something up right now.
It was clear Max was avoiding me. He wanted nothing to do with me or this documentary. The main goal of this documentary was to prove that the man Max and the character of MJF were not the same person. But I'm pretty sure I was manipulated into making a documentary about a fictional person. As a filmmaker, it's my job to document the lives of these amazing athletes and entertainers, but at the same time also create and weave together compelling drama that engages an audience. I began to think about all my other documentaries. Was I really getting the truth out of the people I was interviewing? Or were they just working me and crafting a story they thought people wanted to hear? Was anything in wrestling real? I knew I had to confront Max now.
So, I'm glad we could meet up again.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I gotta tell you, I don't have a lot of time.
I know, but there's
I'm trying to get out of here. Like, I had my match. You know, we had our fun. You got to hear everything about old MJF.
I know, but listen, I found some stuff. I went and interviewed your coach at your school, and he said something completely different in regards to how you got kicked out.
Are you calling me a liar? Is that what you're doing?
I don't know what I'm calling you, because it seems like you told me one thing, and then I go find these things out. Like that house we were in, that's not even your house. Some house up for sale.
You know what?
No.
Let me explain something to you.
The only thing you told me...
Listen to me!
No, stop, listen.
Hey! I want you to be very careful where you proceed from here, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your goddamn mouth shut. Do you understand me?
Listen.
And you're gonna post all the good stuff about me like a good boy. You're gonna do your job. You're gonna do your job.
I don't even know who you are. The only thing you told me the truth was your name. That's the only thing that's real.
Shut up! Shit. You figured it out. Wait, is this a microphone? It's a character, and I just wish people would understand that, and understand that, like, I'm like genuinely an amazing person. I feel like I can tell a story. I portray this character so well because I'm literally one of the greatest to ever do it at my job, that people for some reason think that I'm like not humble, or I'm like rude, or like disingenuous, and it's not fair. It's just two different people. I'm just like you, man. I do the stuff. It's hard for me to open up about stuff like this. But when I was a kid, there was this one bully, and he was like, he thought he was so cool, and like all the girls were around him, and he was really handsome, but like for some reason he just decided to like pick on me, and I didn't know why. Like, maybe he was going through some things, you know? Like, maybe like, he had, like, a lot of stuff to deal with at home. Like, maybe, like, his parents were expecting him to, like, pretty much, like, be president of the world. Like, that's, like, a lot of stress to have. And he just had to go through all this stuff. And, like, it's hard. I'm sure it's really hard being close to perfect and everybody just assuming. I'm sorry, Kevin. Just assuming that you're supposed to be this awesome thing, and I felt for him, but it wasn't fair. Like, he would like shove me in lockers and like push me down the stairs, and like in the middle of class he would like raise his hand and he'd say, "Yeah, I have a question. Why is Max so stupid?" And it hurt. It fucking hurt. You know, let's just talk about something else. Really bad.
Do you have any regrets in high school, or any other
No,
regrets?
not really. No, it was fun. It was a good time.